What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Santo G. Back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect above all. So today, we're going to be talking about if you commit a crime in society, it's a well-known fact that you're going to end up in jail. But if you get locked up, you're either going to wind up in jail or prison. It all depends on how much time you get, what you're charged for, so on and so forth. So, a lot of people, they like to think that prison is worse than jail. In some places, it probably is like that. But at least in California, I like to say that jail is worse than prison. You guys are probably saying, how is that so? Well, first and foremost, let me explain to you guys. So if you commit a crime in Los Angeles County, more than likely you're going to go to LA County Jail. Meanwhile, you fight your case. So, county jail, there's nothing but people that are still fighting their cases, whether it be murder, whether it be a robbery, whether it be a carjacking, no matter what it is. If you're still fighting your case, you're gonna be in county jail. Now, the county jail is ran by the Los Angeles County Sheriff. The California prison system is ran by the CDCR, which is correctional officers. So, let's start with jail. The reason I say that jail is worse than prison is because in jail, when it comes to county jail, not only is the food and everything more expensive, like I said, there's a lot of people that are still fighting their cases. So you got people coming from the streets on a daily basis. You got people going to court on a daily basis and just going through all kinds of mixed emotions. So for homies, whenever we're inside county jail, you land in a certain dorm, we all stick together. Now for brothers, it's pretty much the Bloods versus the Crips. It's what it seems like. Still going at it. You can still fight with your enemies, so on and so forth. Now when it comes to the homies, we cannot fight with our enemies as long as we're in the dorm. Now you may be able to get away with it if you go to court. You guys are in the same holding tank. And it's just, hey, don't say nothing to the people that are in the holding tank and just boop, 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 get them up. So, now when it comes to prison, and this is a known fact, when it comes to prison, there ain't none of that. I mean, none of that. It ain't no, oh, if you go to court, maybe. And that goes for homies and it goes for brothers. For brothers, you guys, whenever you land in any dorm, any module, and you got enemies, you guys gonna get them up. But when it comes to prison, once you land in prison, 9 times out of 10, you guys are just gonna, probably not gonna be best friends, and you probably won't settle up with each other and stuff like that. But you're not gonna look at each other and fight each other. It's more of a numbers thing. Once you hit prison, it's really, we here together and we doing our time together. So, another thing that I want to say is a big difference between jail and prison, as long as for homies, you know what I'm saying? In LA County Jail, when it comes to jail, you have to work out. Monday through Friday, it's a mandatory workout. Before you even shower or anything, you got to get your rutina in. You got to do a mandatory workout. Now, when it comes to prison, it ain't a mandatory workout like that. You got to go to yard and stuff like that. You still got to run program, but you don't have to work out mandatory. Versus when you're in the county, it's mandatory. And in reception, some reception centers, they got their mandatory workouts. They got their rutinas that they do. Hey, this day we're going to do A. This day we're going to do C. This day we're going to do the M special. That's how it was, at least when I was in reception. You had to buzz down, you had to do your rutina. But once you hit upstate, you pretty much just chilling. You just chilling, you're doing your time. And that's why when it comes to what's the difference between jail and prison, and if, hey, you did something, you're gonna go sit down for a while, where would you rather do your time, whether it be county jail or prison? I would say prison. In prison, more than likely, they got more phones. You got a lot more freedom. You're able to go to school. You're able to get vocational training, college courses, stuff like that. It ain't no mandatory workout. It's pretty much however you see your program. You do got to go to yard and all that. Keep up with your hygiene. But it's a lot less drama in prison. Maybe it's more dangerous, but as long as you keep your nose clean, you do what you have to do, you're going to be good. LA County Jail, you got a lot of people coming from the streets, still with that animosity, because maybe they done got dumped at by one of your homies, or you dumped at somebody and now you're running into each other. So it's a lot of more possibility of stuff like that. And it's just more crazy. You got people going to court stressed out, fighting all day, or fighting double digits and stuff like that. And maybe they just not having a good day. So it's a more possibility of stuff to happen, whether it be one-on-ones, whether it be big riots and stuff like that. I feel like county jail is worse. You guys let me know. This is for California. This is the California edition of which one is crazier, jail or prison. To me, LA County Jail is crazier. Prison is more relaxed. People already know how much time they got. They just trying to do their time. Probably get some time knocked off, so on and so forth. So, it's your boy Santo G. Let me know your state. What do you think? County jail or prison? What's more worse? I'm going to go ahead and play this one right here. It's a jail and prison, and I believe in this one. They're saying that you would rather do your time in jail. This is where I got the idea from. Let's go ahead and play it, and I'm going to give you guys my reaction. Let's get into it.
At the time, you're shipping up to the big house, to the clink, to Lockup City.
Let's start from the beginning.
You did the crime, and now you're going to do the time. You're shipping up to the big house, to the clink, to Lockup City. But you could actually end up in two completely separate places. With different sets of rules.
Yeah.
Today we're asking jail
versus program is kind of the same, but a little different.
First, we'll start with jail, since if you were forced to choose, this is definitely the one you want to get sent to. Typically,
not in LA County.
The clink, with prison being known as
not in Cali.
Jails are normally much smaller facilities that hold a smaller number of inmates than prisons.
Smaller,
which can have populations
fewer
of
inmates.
Thousand. They're typically run by local governments, think city versus the state, and supervised by a county sheriff's department.
That's right, the sheriff.
Is made up of people who have been recently arrested for minor offenses or a misdemeanor, and their sentences are far shorter than in prison, typically less than a year. Yeah,
that's true, because there is people doing a little county bids. If you doing a little county bid, 9 times out of 10, you probably got from like 6 months to a year. You do a little county bid. If not, then you're getting shipped up to prison.
Jails are themselves different from the temporary lockups, which are typically located inside police departments and hold individuals who can't post bail, those arrested for public drunkenness, or individuals waiting to be processed into a jail. Jails can also serve to hold prisoners awaiting trial or to hold a prisoner during a very long and extended trial. While they typically only hold individuals guilty of misdemeanors, if the sentences for several misdemeanors are not served concurrently, then an individual could be held for far longer than the typical period of less than a year. However, jails often offer work release programs, boot camps, educational programs, substance abuse support groups, and vocational training programs. Prisons.
See, that's another thing. In California, prisons are the ones that offer that. County jails don't offer no vocational or nothing like that. I don't even think they offer GED. Or let me know, does the county jail offer any GED classes and stuff like that?
However, are a vastly different world than jails, and this is where the most hardened criminals are sent to. You'll find no misdemeanors here, and instead, prisons hold men who have been convicted of felonies. If you're wondering the difference between felonies and misdemeanors, misdemeanors include offenses such as petty theft, prostitution, simple assault, trespassing, vandalism, and reckless driving. Felonies, on the other hand, include crimes such as assault with a deadly weapon, grand theft, rape, and murder. If you had to pick which of the two populations to spend a year or more with, we're pretty sure you'd want to go with a misdemeanor crowd. While jails are run by local governments, prisons are run by the state or even the federal government, who has its own prison system apart from that of the state government-run prisons. The difference between the two types of prisons is pretty obvious. State prisons hold individuals who break state laws, and federal prisons hold individuals guilty of breaking.
That's true. That's a little bit true now. I don't want to watch the rest of it. It's a little bit more cornier than I thought. But this is where I got the idea from. Just a little different one. If you ask me, I'd rather do my time in prison than county jail. County jail, like I said, not only are the food expensive, in county jail, a week I was wasting like $50 to $100 a week. Once I went to prison, it was the opposite. A month, $50, $100 will last you. If you were kidding $100 a store in prison, you eating good for the whole month. Versus county jail, man, only lasts you a week. You guys do the math. So if you ask me, I think prison is way better. Not only is the program better, the food is better. You get a TV. You have your own little TV. You could get your own little Walkman, order CDs. Now you could get your little tablets. You ask me, man, it's contact visits. Whenever your people go visit you, you get to give them a hug, get to give them a kiss. Versus in county jail, it's just behind a glass. It's behind the glass. And like I said, just the whole vibe and aura is just way different. It's your boy Santo G, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, with this one, man, we out.